Alrighty guys, welcome to another installment of Forging Altea. Today I'm back with my beer. MW, hi. Hi everyone. Let me quickly change the music since this is always a bit distracting. Spotify is really slow today. Alright, so today we are continuing what we did the last time. That was creating the tutorial. So after the past week I created some new stuff, and today we are actually working on the final scenario before you actually play the training match. And this one is basically there to teach the player what's the difference between high and low AP. So yeah, I guess I'm just showing what's currently there. Let me quickly change this to night, and I need to show this here. So the event debugger is currently there to to show the UI that's not there already. So this is just a test message for what I just quickly typed in, but these messages will then explain to the player what's actually happening. And you see here that I have to continue. Hi Cloud, welcome. I have to continue this message. So I have to read this message and I have to acknowledge that I read it in order to progress. So you can't do anything here without emitting the continue. And now I can do something. So then we have the next update, which is you are in the correct spot, you can now attack. But there is another one which is happening here, which says, whoops, that was not intended, since you ran out of traversal points, and from this position without traversal points you are not able to move to any of these tiles. So you have to move to any of these tiles to attack the opponent knight. In this case I'm just resetting, which doesn't look as good as it should be, but visuals will follow. And the first time I do this, I also have to to continue here. So I've read what was happening, and now I can again do stuff. Yeah, I'm in the correct spot. Then when I attack, he's dead. I will get a message. Yay, I did it. Awesome, you did it. And then if I continue, I will just move to the next scenario. In this case, yeah, there's already a text here. So hey, look at that. Hunter is the next stuff. Then let's see what the opponent does. I just noticed the traversal points are not working with the opponent. That's something we can look into today. Yeah, and after that, after the opponent is done, there's again a message that you have to say, yeah, I read that. And then you can go in. Actually the same as with the other scenario. If I go here and I'm out of traversal points, you will say, whoops, that was not intended. This time, not forcing the player to acknowledge it. So he should actually already know what a reset is at this point. Alright, but when I go here, he's saying, yeah, that works. So essentially I'm just checking if I'm in any of these fields or tiles where I could attack the opponent, and this tile is one of them. So I will do that. After that, this scenario is completed as well. We'll say here, awesome, you did it. And to continue, I have to do this. Quick setup text, what's going on. The next pawn is the knight, the mage. Then we have to set up with the opponents here. Opponent turn. So it's really step by step, getting more stuff into the game. After that, we will say, yeah, look at that. The knight just got ambushed, but no problem. You have the mage. And here the same thing. If I move over here and I'm out of traversal points, I need to reset. There it was. Whoops, that was not intended. Other than that, if I move to the correct spot, I will get the message that I'm the correct spot. Yes, correct spot. It always takes a bit of time, I don't know why. And then I do this. Yeah, the damage indication isn't working as well, just so. After that, yay, you did it. Then another text here. The next character is the priest. What does the priest do? How does the priest work? After that, the player should just... In this scenario, we are only explaining the priest's healed ability, since in the next scenario, the attack is required. So, yeah, as we progress through the tutorial or the training, we expect the player to have this knowledge and apply it to other characters. Yeah, so here I'm healing him. After that, we'll say yes. Awesome, you did it, and continue. And this is the scenario we're working on today. So what we're doing here is explaining, yeah, this is not working, I don't know why. Explaining the difference between ancient power. So these will have no items equipped, so no NFT items, so just broken items in that sense, and they all have 101 ancient power, and if I click on him, he has 800. So you need the full squad to actually defeat this guy. So this is sort of a boss fight, to say. And you might have noticed that the end turn control moved into view. So at this point we will also introduce the notion of turns. So what we are working on today or implementing is, if one of these characters is attacking the opponent, after that he can't do anything else. He has to use the end turn button, which is not working right now because we have to implement that. And after that, the opponent pawn can do stuff, and he will always one hit. So yeah, so this is the idea. We will also have to simulate the time clocking down. Interesting. I have to see how I can hook into the control here without creating a huge mess. Since this control expects certain things to be there. Yeah. But yeah, this is the current state of the tutorial. Training, whatever. I guess, yeah, the scene is called training. There is also art in development. I don't have a screenshot, but I could show you. I will see. But yeah, today we are looking into, yeah, now it's there. I don't know why. That's weird. But to test, I created the start state where I can say, yeah, this is the state I want to jump to. And since the ancient power state is not dependent on the previous state, we can just do this. How it works, yeah, this is weird. And the U-turn is spawning twice. Oh, I know why. Let's give it a bit more time. 4 seconds. So the 4 seconds is waiting in the start turn, which this stuff is already happening. Okay, to 6. And I'm setting a flag here, which they use afterwards. I don't know why. 10 seconds, which seems a bit outrageous. I don't know if that's working. From seconds. Ah, I have it hard coded. Yeah, well, of course that wouldn't work. I was wondering, 10 seconds were pretty short. We'll quickly open the window. Bit of fresh air. Alrighty. Now it should work. Yes, waiting. Alright. So I guess 5 seconds are sufficient. Or even less. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. So in this state, as you can see, we enabled this. Let's increase the font size here. So I already did this. Here we actually say, yeah, we set the flag that we now want to use turn indicators. Then we tell the controller, hey, show yourself, and after that we just call the handle turn change so we can see the turn indicator. But now we need to check how we would integrate stuff like that. But first we need to simulate it. And this is rather easy still, as we actually do this already in the game. So I can go in and say, hey, at the start we have a turn timer. Right, new turn timer, I guess that's the name of it. Yes. Let's create this. And then I say start with the information how long a turn will be. Let me quickly create a field for that, which makes it easier to set. What are you taking? A int. Private int turn timeout. So let's create a suffix label to say that these are seconds. And turn timeout, let's give it to them. But it makes sense to do it after everything else is set up. And here we have on tick and on timeout. Yeah, and it needs to be ticked, so I need to use the update here because it can't tick on itself. Right, there is a override for this. Private update. Just a state, right? Just wondering. Which is a state, and a state can update, yeah. nested. Does he use the update? He does. Can't I just say this? Don't use inheritance. Right, I can do this. And here we'll say the turn timer tick if it exists. Turn timer equals null, then we just return here. Right. Oh, we have conditional access, of course. As long as it isn't getting used. Okay. Yeah, it always seems handy, and then when you actually use it, it falls apart pretty quickly. At least when you want to change something in the system. Unity update. Alright, so this should work, I guess. So we are creating this at the start. And to see if it actually works, we will have a on tick. And we do nothing else than what are you giving me? Time and ticks. Okay. Debug log. And let's see if that works. And after that, it would be pretty easy to just yeah, add all of the timing logic, since the turn timer has all of the internals for it. And then we have to look into how we will tell this control what to do. But I guess this will be a special case. Okay, so we should now see ticks here in the console. We move here, start. Ah, yeah, I was I was confused about the $sign here, but yeah, I did that. But yeah, it seems to tick, which is good. What we actually want to do is on timeout. So handle turn timeout, and here we want to say match subsystem match change turn, and if the match currently has the player turn, we will change to the opponent, and otherwise we will change to the player. God. Match subsystem, match player. Alrighty. There we go. So this should, in theory, already work as well. Handles the turn timeout. Do we have a default value for a timeout? No, we don't. So I guess by default it's always 30. We can change that from the editor if you want. Hi CQI, welcome. Cheers, cheers. Yeah, I've still beer over, so I guess these streams will now be the way to go to get rid of them. Let's finish this game development. Yeah, we had a tutorial, so this is a good sign. Huh. So I wanted to change that. Yeah, I guess so. And it would probably make sense as well to bind these events above. But you know, CKY, development is never finished. There's always stuff to do, things to make prettier. Last few days I've been looking a lot into Dwarf Fortress and the story is insane. These guys are simulating so much stuff and they've been at it like for 25 years already and it's still not finished. Okay, so what is the value? 30. And to that avail, I bought the Steam version for Dwarf Fortress, since the ASCII version is kind of hard to look at, in my opinion. But yeah, I will probably start playing this when I have the time. But it's so in depth. This is absolutely crazy. These dwarves have procedural personalities which can change and stuff. Okay, maybe a timeout of 30 is not as so good to test. I'll put this at 5. And when we do this, after 5 seconds, we should see a U-turn change. Yes, this seems wrong. On timeout. Let's see where this is fired. Fire on timeout. And if the timer is, yeah. But I'm not resetting the timer here. How did that work before? Next update time. Yeah, it does it every second. Yeah, got it. But here, I guess I need to reset the timer to a timeout. Yeah, I just need to call the reset here. And actually, I should probably... No, it's okay if I do it here. Weird that it doesn't work, since this is the code that we've been using all along. Maybe there was something else that we used here. Huh. Anyways, if we reset it, then what just happened probably should not happen again. Okay, so move the timer here. and stop does the reset. Ticks. Hi Naki, welcome. Sorry guys, it's still warm in here. The new GPU is blasting heat. Okay, so let's test. 5 seconds it was. So after we see the new U-turn, okay. Opponent turn, awesome. U-turn, so this is working. So we can now go in and say bloop. Okay, so the hard thing will be to tell this control that we want to do that. So turn controller. Okay, so this is only this control here. Turn timer and turn button and turn button. So this is called when we press it, and it actually only fires this, which is amazing. Very, very good that it does this. And yeah, there's the thing. The slider, timer slider, fill time. Fills, handle timer tick. Yeah, so we need to fake that somehow. Huh. How will we fake that? Probably best if we add an event to the match event and use that. Maybe we could even get rid of this here, so we can always simulate it that way. So either way, there is a tick coming from somewhere, and in our case we will fire it, and in the other cases they will fire it, which is probably okay. Event delegates. Okay. Match events. There is this class. All right. And here we have. Yeah. Let's put this to the top. Actually, public event. Let's add this event handler. On timer update. right? We only need that, I guess. So this is the actual tick. Timer update event. And then we will do funny stuff. Public void fire timer update. Which I guess, what did it take? Like this response, right? Yeah. What's in the response? Timer tick. Let's do it like that. And we are firing on timer update. Invoke timer and tick. So we don't need this info, so we don't have, yeah, we would have it, but it doesn't make sense that we are distributing it inside of the system. So we actually only need timer and a tick. What was it? I guess time. It was time. The current round timer. Yeah, well, let's call it timer. Fires the timer updated event, and then we need to go on top. And see where this is coming from. Public delegate void timer update with timer and tick. Timer update delegate. So if we use this, we can remove that. Alright, so this should work. And now, if we go to the match subsystem, we would actually do something like handle the tick in here, right? Yeah, we're not doing that currently, but we will. So we'll go ahead in and say communication Nakama gameplay on timer update. Right. And we'll say if we have a match. So if we don't have a match, we can't do anything, can't propagate it. But if we have a match, we will say events, fire timer updated, say here response timer and response tick. And that's it. Ah yeah, we can use null propagation here, handles the timer update event. Timer update response. Alright. So now I can go in and see where all of the guys are signing up to this event here. So yeah, I also have to copy this down and clean up. But yeah, where's this used? 16 times. This is the match. What are we doing here? We're checking on a state. Yeah, this makes sense that this is coming from the backend. Hi Hip, welcome. Welcome and cheers. Okay. Enemy turn state and player turn state. So it makes sense that we use it there, because when we are in these states, we are actually having the actual backend or the local backend. What we want to do is simulate all of that. Select formation controller is also okay, so the end turn button is the only one, which should go in and say, hey, I'm using the on timer updated here. So we need a new method for that, because the handle timer tick will not do what we want, so not to the extent since. So timer and timer, awesome. And then we can get rid of this. Handles the timer update event, current turn timer, current tick. This was above, right? Oh yeah, it was below. Okay, so we can get rid of that. We should just copy and paste. Alright, so I guess this is programmed to start counting down on the timer warning threshold from the game config, which is probably 15 by default, which is correct. So yeah, let's close all of these. I was getting quite around the code base here, so we need this one. And then what I want to look into is this local backend match. Yeah, I already removed it, so I need to check it on the Git repository. So let's quickly jump in and look where this leads us. Project core. Ah yeah, sorry. Scripts core. Communication, backend, local match, and I guess this was the local match which handle these, right? Handle on tick was the one I was looking for. Where is it? There it is. So what I'm doing is time and ticks. Really? It's that simple? So if I go back in here and say turn timer on tick, handle timer tick. I'm just going in and saying match events fire time update, pass in the time and the ticks. But this was wrong, right? I remember that the time here is not correct. Let's quickly look into the thing. Turn timer. Timer. Huh. It's confusing me. Ah yeah. And on the reset I say this. Ah yeah, it was 0 because the value I was giving it was wrong. Okay, so this should actually work. For that we will probably have to change the state timeout. So let's quickly let Unity do its thing. Okay, scripts, I don't need it. Come on, states, ancient power. And here we will have a... Okay, I already changed it back, but I want it at 20 now. Since... Yeah, 5 seconds after we see our turn indicator, the clock should be counting down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Awesome. This was easier than expected. We're no longer getting ticks. Ah yeah, it's building up because I collapsed it. Yeah, makes total sense. Yeah, so we have turns now. So what we need to do is when an action is being performed, we need to reset the timer, right? Yeah, that's what we need to do. But first, let me quickly add this. Handles the timer tick event, current time. Current ticks. Okay. So this needs to be private here, and we put it down below because I actually don't want to see it. Turn timeout. This was that thingy. Yeah, so this is what we're doing here. And we need to add add to that, if the player comes out to be the opponent, we need to enable the clicks. I don't have that already. Clicks false. So there are no clicks allowed, or no, that's actually not correct. If we go to the click service and say you can, yeah, at this stage it probably makes sense to just disable it. Okay, let me quickly throw that method in. Private void clicks enabled, bool enabled. Come on. And if it's enabled, we do one thing, otherwise we do another. And on this side, we will just say selectable false as well as targetable false. We don't allow anything. Then we have selectable true here and targetable true. Yeah, it's simply that easy, I guess. So we can just turn this method to this. And where was it? Use it down here. So clicks enabled, or yeah, let's do it like this. If we are the player, then we want to enable it. Booleans to the rescue. Or even better, we can say, no, this should be red. Okay, so we have the ticks, we can control that. Now we need to get into the enables or disables clicks. Now we need to check if an action was performed, so if a movement was performed or if an attack was performed. And this is actually pretty straightforward, since what we need to do here is assign the same method to all of the guys. Yeah, let's do it like, that's weird. Private list pawns, and we want a list of all. Let's call it squad. Right? Squad pawns. Here we need to initialize that. New list pawns, awesome. And after that we will just say, hey, this is the knight. This is the hunter. This is the mage. This is the priest. Alright. And of course we need to add it to the squad. Add knight. Hunter. Mage and priest. Alright, priest. That's done. So I can now go in and say for all of them in the squad, for each pawn. What do I want? First off, I want the get component, so yeah. Select pawn, get component movable. To list for each m dot on stop moving, or actually on started moving. We need here add listener handle started moving. Right. Yeah, that should be okay. So here we will say the turn timer will reset. Simple as that. So what else do we need? We need attacker, I guess. Yeah. On attack. What is A? Add listener handle attack. We're actually passing the targets here. Don't really care about those. Turn timer reset. So every time one of the squad does something, we will reset the timer. We don't need that for the actual target, since yeah, we will control when we are finished with that. Yeah. Alright. So I guess we should test that. If this works. Enable turn controls and start turn timer. Yeah. Guess next stream will be much more interesting, since I'm probably working on an AI. Also, CKY, I guess you were the guy who said I should use ChatGPT on stream. And I don't know if you saw, but they released GPT-4, I guess yesterday, something. And I tried it already and it's mind-blowing. Yeah, you said it, yeah. Yeah, the new one is pretty mind-blowing. I entered the usual prompt that I use, and it instantly just gave me way more context than the normal ChatGPT model. I guess it's not that long off, and since we are living in a world not far from iRobot or something. Okay, what do I want to test? The movement, right? Do we still lock the tick here? No. We do. Where? Yeah, we do. Sorry about that. Let's remove that and start. I haven't tried it yet. Red comment, it seems brutal. Yeah, it is. I'm really looking forward to all those YouTube videos where they reuse use that stuff. This is always pretty interesting what other people come up with for prompt wise. Also with Midjourney. I don't know if you know Midjourney, the image generation AI. It's also pretty interesting. But for that, I guess we will need a new job like prompt engineer or something, because it's not that easy to get it to do what you actually want it to do. So yeah, that works. Let's reset it here. So wait for another, then move again. So I'm out of traversal points, so the only thing I can do now is change the turn, and I need to handle that. Yeah. So let's handle that. Where is the match? Events on turn changed. Turn and turn button. So what are you calling when we press U? Fire and turn. On and turn. Got it. So the other one is coming from somewhere else. On and turn. Yeah. Handle and turn. So these are the clicks, handle, target, kill, timer. We want it here. Handles the end turn event. And what we need to do here is the same as in handle turn timeout. Right? Right. Just change the turn. That's it. Alright. Let the testing commence. We're getting there. Faster than I thought. Alright. Right, so let's just wait the start turn. Now we in start. Okay. So let's do this. Reset, got it. This. So in this state I should actually not be able to do anything. That's correct. Let's let the timer run out. Boom. I shall now be able to do something. Yeah. Awesome. This seems to work. I really liked it. Crazy stuff. We just simulated all of it. Set up. Turn timer. I need to pull this into methods, but for now, let's just make it work. Yes, squad. Yeah, I want to test if the attack is also working. It should be, but we should make sure that it's correct. Also, since we are now using this turn-based stuff, it would make sense to just not use our custom attributes here. So the custom attributes are only there in the other scenarios that the player is able to move across the whole field, basically. So let the timer run out. There it is. Let's move here. That works as well. Awesome. So now we need to implement the harder part, which is kind of an AI for the opponent pawn. What we actually gonna do is, I guess, pretty simple. Let's pull up the notepad. First, look for closest opponent character. Check if I can move there. If yes, move there and attack and turn. It will be that simple. If we can't move to any of the characters, which can happen. What are we doing on this occasion? We are, what are we doing? Yeah, we move as close as possible to the closest character opponent. And then we will turn. Yeah, it should be easy in this phase. So the actual AI will come in later, but for now we'll need to do stuff like that. We actually, yeah, I guess we have that. We need to check if a turn changed. Right. Match events on turn changed. So if the turn changed to the opponent, then we will need to do stuff, basically. Debug the log. Let the AI do stuff. And we actually only want to do this if is player turn. So if the player turn is currently there, we don't want to do anything, otherwise we will want to do stuff. So let's close this for now. Handles the turn changed event. Right, turn changed and turn target killed. So this is for, what are you using for that? Yeah, we use this to check if the scenario condition is met. What we also need to do is check when people die, and if all our people are dead, we need to reset. But yeah, we do this afterwards. Alright, so should have a log printed when the opponent's turn is commencing. Let's quickly just turn, let the AI do stuff. Awesome. So here we will do stuff. Right, async. Yeah, this is what we want. Executes the opponent turn. Okay, so we have this squad. Here, I want everyone who is not now, right? Targets, let's call them targets. And what we also want to do is something down here, because we are using this, but we're only using this. So this is how we calculate damage, which probably makes sense to make a special method for compute damage. Come on. And the selected pawn is interesting, as well as the targeted. Yes. So if the selected is of the player opponent, we will simply return targeted attributes hit points. So we will effectively kill in one shot. If that's not the case, we will do this. And here we will say compute damage, given the selected and the targeted. Do this, and that's it. Computes the damage of an attack given selected and targeted pawn. Alright, computed damage. So this is like, yeah, when the boss we are still in the boss fight, so to say, the boss is attacking, it's always a one shot. Other than that, it takes it's actually interesting. So this is what I set up here is no longer working since we have turns now. So I guess we will need to change this. Yeah, we will probably need a kill threshold or something, right? So when the boss is under a given threshold of health, hit points, the next attack will be lethal, so to say. So these kind of don't make sense anymore. Yeah, this was the heal. Heal makes sense. We need to heal. Yeah. What we need instead. What do we need instead? First off, we need the threshold. Let's call it boss hit points threshold, and set it to, I guess, 15 or something. Probably makes sense. And other than that, we need and min-max, and this is the damage, attack damage, new min-max, which is a min of 10 and a max of 25. We will show the button here. Attack damage range and boss hit point threshold. Okay, so back here we will need to say what so if the targeted hit points is below or equal to the boss, then it's pretty easy. We'll just return the hit points. That's it. If that's not the case, we will go in and say attack damage random math f floor to int. Yeah. So when the boss is below or equal to 15 hit points, the next attack will be lethal. Other than that, we will take damage in the range of 15 to 25, I guess, was it? Yeah, I need to inline this, sorry. Inline property. Come on, Unity, just add an attribute. All right, so here it is, 10 to 25. So we can edit those bounds, but I guess, yeah, let's make it 20 here, I guess. Why not? Yeah, these are the settings. Either a random damage between 10 and 20, which is floor down to an int, or yeah. And other than that, if we are below 15, we are doing stuff. I can go in and say, hey, by the way, this is the value in HP. Yeah. So I guess let's test it out and see what this will look like if we have this random damage. Okay, there they are. Let's go in and say attack 15. 15 is not a lot since he has a lot. So I need to bump that up. So let's say, I don't know, 30 to 65. Right, something like that. So it should not take the rest of the day to kill the boss. It should be hard, but not that hard. Okay, let's see. There they are. Let's wait for the U-turn and then move in. Hope you can see something since then. Yeah, we can adjust that. But now we should be able to go in and say something like this. Yeah, that was really stupid. Yeah, when we change the turn, we'll also have to reset. Yeah. Because I just noticed that the timer was still going down, which is not what we want. This, we don't need that. So we actually just in this file here. Yeah, so this is the AI path. But first, let's check if the change works. Just thinking about how to approach the AI stuff. Okay. Here we are. Let's do this. So where we are with 2 hits, I guess. We are not that far as we wanted to be. So I guess we need to a lot more damage here. Let's do this. Yeah, now it reset it. Awesome. So now it's his turn. No code yet for that. So let's wait him out. The thing is, every time it's his turn, we probably have 1 death. We change it to something like 50%, and yeah, still no clue why this is happening. So these are 4 attacks. The question is, are we below? 15. I guess not. Now we're at 74. But now if I attack, boom, we are exactly at 15, so this should be a kill. 15. Bam. Select formation state. Interesting. Then we move into this one. Yeah. Why not? Yeah, we need to check for that. So it was it 5 hits? That would tell me that we probably need to up this to 40 something, 45 -ish. We can change this anyways, so. Yeah. All right, so let's put some thought into this AI stuff. First, we getting all the targets that are not yet dead. What we also need is our distance capacity, or let's say travel capacity, which is target attributes movement cost match max traversal points, right? This is the length of distance that we can travel. And then, yeah, this should be math f floor to int. And now we need to find out which of these targets is closest. And for that, I already had something. Guess it was in the mage state. Mage. We had something here. We said, yeah, we ordered them by distance. Yeah. This is essentially what we need to do. So we order them. Let's put this here. Order by pawn. Coordinates, distance to target coordinates. Right? So we're ordering them by the distance to travel to. And now we simply get the first, right? And if the first coordinates distance to target coordinates if the distance is greater than the travel capacity, let's say smaller, we can do stuff. The question is, do we have the command service? Yeah, we do, which is great. So for now, I just say command service attack, and we will want to attack the. Yeah, I'm the attacker. The first is the one I want. The damage is. Ah, yeah. See? See what we do here. Yeah, we actually executing that. Got it. So we actually don't need any of this that I just created. We can use that. And here we just pass in first attributes hit points. And then we await this. So this is pretty simple. Just checking who's in. And the immediate question is, before we do that, it probably makes sense to see if we already in the position to attack. Right? And we do that quite easily in a way that we go in and see, yeah. First we need the pawns. That's for sure. Pawns, right? So we can leave this bit out and just say pawns here, because we already have that. And here we need to loop over those and say pawn. We need to have the coordinate space here. And we have to coordinate space of the target, right? So if I have to go to the navigator, say get coordinate space for this tag, we can test here. Space get coordinates, right? Where the origin is the pawn we want to attack, possibly, and then we need to pass on the board, which is no problem. Then we say here coordinates, and then we just check if any of these coordinates are equal to the coordinates I am currently at. Oh, sorry, we need chords here. And if that's true, let's call this in place. And if we are in place, we do something similar. You know what we do? We do this here already. Right? Yeah. I have this in one single statement. And if, yeah, I don't have to do this by myself. It still makes sense to check for the closest one, I guess. Ah, no. Here we are. No. Copy this. Paste it here and remove that. Yeah, I want to see this in action. See if I did any mistakes. Yeah, here we also need to check. But we should never run into this. Yeah, I'm just thinking, if any of all the pawns are that, we have to reset, so we have to take this into account. But I guess when this happens, we will hard reset and we don't have to check this here. Okay, so you should actually do something now. So if I do this, we'll run into this. Our travel capacity is 5, so we can walk 5 tiles. We can walk here, could even walk here. We could not walk here, right? Oh, that's not correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The maximum we can go is this, which is okay. So there are 3 in reach. So we have targets. We get the first one, which is no surprise denied, since it's is the closest. Distance is within travel capacity. So we attack. Boom, dead. And after that, what we are going to do is match events, fire and turn. That's it, I guess. So war, delay, time span. 4 seconds, so for now that's just 6-3. Await, promise delay. Promise imported. Let's do that. So that's not instantly walking and attacking. So we can test this. Yeah, it's still the closest. I will move in front of the opponent knight, and then he should immediately attack me if I change, if I end the turn. Yeah. It's always a bit creepy if you just put a few lines of code and then people are doing stuff. So in this case, I get it when I move it manually, but this guy is doing it all on his own, basically. It's still a weird feeling. So let's move here and then end the turn. Yes, he will attack me immediately. Thing is, yeah, for now we are just attacking. That's it. Awesome. So that seems to work. So now what we need to do is handle the case where there is no opponent within attacking distance, right? Let's test this out real quick. Maybe it's okay that he then just ends the turn, I don't know. So I can go in and say, yeah, I'm out of here. There's still some, yeah. Could he walk here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah he could. So what I'm going to do is get out of reach. So people could do this. There's nothing stopping them. So he will end these two. Okay, so it's my turn and I will do this. What will happen? He will just skip it. I don't know if that's cool or not. Should we go into the direction? Probably. It will do it. What will he do? So at this state, if nobody does something, then it's just endless. Right? I could go in and say, yeah, I'm here now. Happy. And then I've lost. Yeah. Yeah, probably makes sense to get close to these, right? And this case first is still valid. And what are we going to do here? So the opponent is here. And this is where our character is. Oh, let's see, he's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's here. He cannot reach us. Not within one turn. So what are we going to do? This one is the closest. So we will we will see if any of those surrounding tiles are reachable, right? So we have this coordinate, we will burst it open to this. And if we have something here, then we will move to one of those, to the closest. And if that's not working, we will increase it by 2. So we have this radius, right? Then we will have this radius. I guess this makes much sense. So for this to work, we will have to loop here. And this will be one of these loops. First, coordinates. Expansion is 1. So add rows, expansion. So with this we will get actually we need something like test new board coordinates. We will need something like this plus expansion. Not a bool. Minus expansion 0. And then we have test 5. Okay, so now we will remove all of those that have this. Got it. And now we can go in and say first coordinates plus test. Right, and then we just use these operators, plus and minus. Okay, column, row, both. We need a list for this. Coordinates first coordinates minus column first coordinates plus row. These are the coordinates, and then we just check which one is the closest, right? So coordinates, order by C distance to target coordinates. Let's take the first. Can't call it first. Quit this for now. And then what we do is, yeah, no, I guess it makes a lot more sense. So we select those, and out of C we create C with C distance. No. Need to aggregate it. Target. Aggregate. Seeding it with invalid. Closest and what's the best way to do this, which is concise at the same time? Guess I need to seed that with in max values. Yeah. Right. And then we have the current one, and here we will say current distance. So yeah, we need this to target coordinates. Hi Karak, welcome. And if the distance is smaller or equal to travel capacity, which I have here, right? Then this is the new target. Distance is smaller or equal to travel capacity. Then we need the current, otherwise we use the target. Right. This can be inlined. So then we have only this. Still not beautiful, but gets the job done, I guess. So if target is not equal to max, then we found something and we can go in and say command service move to target. What do I need to tell you? Oh yeah, the pawn that needs to move, obviously. Target. And after that we will break. And if this didn't work, we set expansions to ++. Yeah. I'm a little bit late. Yeah, no worries. You can enjoy the last fruits of our work here. So we are actually working on some kind of an AI. Not really though. This is just pretty stupid for now, but it gets the job done. It should be easy to beat. So okay, so let's test this with the one we did before. And this was running away. We are running away. Do your thing. I would actually run farther. So I'm really at the edge here. ChatGPT in low, yeah. We talked about GPT already today. And the new model is insane, GPT-4. But yeah, this is pretty low ChatGPT stuff. Okay, so we should now hit this, right? We have these coordinates. So there's no hit yet. We had expected 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should have found one by now. Huh. Let's see. Now we found a target. I'm interested where we will go. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I wrong here somewhere? Did not find any suitable candidate? What? Okay, something is up with the way I generate these coordinates. So, let's review. No, I need this. Yeah. Let's say I'm here. Here. This is 9, 3. These are columns. So if I either add a column or remove a column, I have these two. Same as with row. Now if I add a column and remove one, okay, this is where I went wrong. So plus on both doesn't make sense, does it? So we're here. We move one column up and one row down, one column down, row up. Same here, okay. So this is diagonal 2, I don't know. Right. Would kind of make sense to add a method to the ball coordinate itself to create this coordinate. Something like expansion or something. Yeah. Okay, so I guess it would make sense to move somewhere in front where we can actually check things are working. So do this here, got it. Okay, now it's stuck again. Unity. Okay, so let's just say I will move here, which is out of range for now. He will move that direction, I will move in that direction. Somewhere here, I guess. Yeah. Do what you taught to do. Okay, so I will skip this. Now we're here. Let's see what we have coordinate wise. So coordinates. Yeah, sorry guys, I need to do this over. And I will add a debug break here. Yeah. Ah, damn. I could have done it anyways. That's interesting. Yeah, he will choose me. I thought of it. So let's move there. Now these ones are closer. It's basically just on chasing AI, kinda. Okay. So kill him. Alright. And off we go. Yeah. Interesting. Why didn't he attack? He could. He was here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I need to actually offset this by 1, right? Yeah, let's try it again. So when we're done with this, I guess this was it for today. But we went pretty smoothly through all the features that I wanted to add. Only thing what's left right now is checking for the win condition and reset and stuff, but that's pretty easy. I only have to check for on events if something happened, and if it did, I do something about it. But other than that, the hardest part is basically implemented. Funny thing is, I thought the hardest part would be the timer, which it obviously wasn't, since that was pretty easy to implement. So I will walk here and let this play out. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he could attack. I'm confused. So if I move here, he checks that, so it does not make sense that I would do that. Other than that, if we're not in place, we move there. But this only works if we're close enough. Yeah, let's debug this. I want to get this done on the stream. Don't hit that. Okay. I guess that was because I was debugging. Yeah, that was, I don't know. I couldn't decide if he was there already or not. Okay. So squad is actually, come on. Okay, I will look at it here. Let's call it squad. The result is this, and we have 3 dead, basically. Which is not a problem. Filtering that out. So we have 1 target left. The only target left, well, it's the mage, and the distance to that is 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's correct. The thing is, I should actually take into account so if I'm in range of those, not if I'm in range of that. So my travel capacity is at 5, the distance. Yeah, since it's like this crooked thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this should work. So I probably need to check for that. Yeah. So it still makes sense to get the first one and then say something like space, target, and navigator, get coordinate space of the attack. Then we say space, get coordinates with the origin of the first coordinates and the board. Space coordinates. And let's say in range. If any of these space coordinates distance to first coordinates, so it's smaller than or equal to the travel capacity, and if that's the case, we are in range. We should attack, right? So we're doing this twofold now. Guess there's something better to do, but for now I think that works. But I need to check. Well, this method actually doesn't care if I could walk that way. So yeah, if we want this, we would have to do this outside. So I guess same setup as last time. We'll just move out of the way and let him do his thing. Anything else should work as expected. Why Epic and then Battle.net at the taskbar? It should be Battle.net 10 Steam. Okay. That is a very specific order. I have GOG here, since GOG is basically the launcher for all of those. Right? I can integrate it with all of those. If I want to buy something on Steam, I open Steam. If I want to buy something from Epic, I open Epic. And yeah, Battle.net, I probably always open Battle.net, since this is only Call of Duty, World of Warcraft. But yeah, there is no inherent order to this. But I guess you have one. The only order here is that GOG Galaxy comes first, since since this is the launcher with everything on it. Right, yeah, let's see if he can do this now. Yeah, he can do this now. So great, now that this works, and GOG is opening, and I don't have my password with me, so bear with me real quick. I actually don't know if you know GOG Galaxy or if you use it, but I would highly recommend it. So there it is, and I can just go in and say these are all the games I own over all these launches, so to speak. I can also filter on only Battle.net, only Epic, only Origin. Yeah, also Origin is in here. Steam, even Xbox. I apparently have Minecraft on Xbox. Yeah, why not? Yeah, but this is a great overview of everything. Installed. So yeah, I wanted to test Getaway actually this time. If that works, I guess this was a good day of work. So let's get out of the way here. Question is, do I see? So if I click this, I guess it will start it. So I don't see the amount of time played, but yeah. Ah yeah, there is now Dwarf Fortress because I bought it and I installed it recently, so it took a while, but it's there. Oh. Okay, so I don't know where the closest point is, but he will find it. He could actually attack. Nobody's safe from him. Okay, so let's move into the other direction and see if we're actually out of the way. Right. So let's move down here. And then move all the way back. Here. So this is more than 5. Now you should be able to move in the direction of the enemy, but not in the direct vicinity. Yeah, he just doesn't care, right? But why is that? Yeah. I need the target coordinates here, right? Yeah. So this is what I was saying, that this attack method, it doesn't really care if you're in range or not. So this is something we have to check outside. And the distance check was wrong here, since I checked if I am in the direct vicinity of my actual coordinate space, and I was. So yeah. But let's try this again. It worked. Yeah, well, I could have walked. So let's move down here. Okay, I guess I'm not in reach anymore. Yeah, apparently we have an endless loop. Why do we have an endless loop here? Well, actually, we have a while true, but I guess I'm getting tired. And I have to kill Unity anyway, so I guess that's the end of the stream today. And I assure you by the beginning of the next stream, this is fixed, and we will mainly, I guess, talk about actual AI, which is a bit more fun. But yeah. Yeah, that was it. That was 50 minutes over the time, but I guess that's alright. See you next time. I guess we will still be working on the tutorial, because yeah, the training match is still left outstanding. And other than that, I quickly change to music. Wish you a good rest of the week, a good weekend, and I hope to see you next week again. So cheers guys, and until then, bye.